Hello everyone. You all know how much I love Lord Krishna, Bhagwan Krishna. I'm a staunch devotee. Somehow I'm very much attracted to Krishna and what he says. So today morning while reading the Bhagavad Gita, I read this stanza again. Uddharena Atma Atmanam. So it says that uh, our soul can be enhanced, enriched, empowered only by our own soul. It means that only we can uplift our living. We can uplift our thinking. We can uplift our energy. Only we are the people who can do that. No one else. Of course, everyone else acts as a catalyst, but who is the doer? It comes back to me. It falls back to me. So it also says that if I'm not improving, if I'm not uplifting, the cause could also be myself. Am I getting in my own way of being empowered, being enriched, or am I getting in my own way to to bring myself down? So it acts in this way, both way. So we can either enhance our health, enhance our wealth, and enhance our happiness, or we are ourselves are the cause, the root cause of being at the bottom of the foothill. We are ourselves the reason for letting ourselves down, for our failures or for our mistakes, and for anything and everything happening in our own life and in our own universe which we have created through our mind. It's such an important thing to notice here that if there is some health issues happening at my home, then it is I'm the reason for that. So instead of speaking about those all things which doesn't move the needle of the cause of health, can we start acting upon them? Because that's what makes the needle move. Not speaking, doing. But the problem, what happens is, many a times when we start acting upon, we we come ourselves in between the process. Why? Because we are so hardwired in our brain to put our perceptions ahead. We all speak about don't judge the book by its cover. Don't come into the conclusions. What does it mean? It means that most of the times we have perceived knowledge and not the experiential knowledge. Many a times we have our own perceptions or the perceptions copied from our own surroundings. Maybe in our upbringings, maybe in our environment, maybe in our society, maybe in our connections, maybe in our network. In the current moment, we start imbibing all those perceptions. If you see many of the critics, they all give their perceptions, not the experience. So what is the difference between perception and experience? For instance, let's say something happens and with my limited knowledge, of course, knowledge is always limited. We cannot gain the entire knowledge. It's very difficult. Of course, it's attainable at the pinnacle of one's growth. But whatever we perceive, that is the perception, is what happens in the instance. So, if the perception is not taken into uh, if it's not taken, and if we don't work on the seven whys, or maybe we don't work on what exactly it is and look into various other dimensions of looking into the same thing, when we do the feedback, when we experiment, when we explore, that is when the perception will change and take the shape, the contour of experience. That's where the experience comes. Many of the times, what happens? We perceive something, we come to the conclusion, we come to the judgment. Oh, this is this, I know that. But when we sit down and start working on that, on that's what the research does. Just because in one animal a drug has been tested and it became successful with that animal, we cannot say that it's that drug can be used for this. No, we cannot generalize that. We need to, that is a perceived, that is in one instance. So we need to do research again and again, experiments. So that's what Gandhiji did. He experimented with truth. He didn't perceive the truth. He did several experiments. Because he did experiments, he could write that book. And to even today, that is one of the bestseller. They are my experiments with truth. So, whenever you perceive anything about your health, wealth, or happiness, just think whether it's just your perception or you are experimenting and exploring that, right? So, let's see, let's keep talking, let's keep learning, let's keep growing, which is very much important. So, at the base of this talk, I want to mention that Team is starting a 1 year flagship program which is called ACE 360, where we will be dealing with health, wealth, and happiness. It's not just a do it yourself course, it's a program designed where you and we will work together and get you the results, revenue, and recognition which you were longing for a very long time. And also, you can read my book, Purpose Through the Bottle's Prism, which is available across the globe in several websites, uh, and it opens the door to many of the things which you didn't know before. So experiment on my book, and I would like to hear your results of upon your experimentation. Thank you very much. Signing off, Dr. Rakesh.